Alright, hi guys. So I have this RG MK2 AUG kit, but you can see one of the things is missing the V-fin, and I don't have it. So I'm actually going to try to create one using some of the runners, which I watched a YouTube video, and I'm going to try to replicate this. So what you can do is actually use a runner, yeah. So you can see I've actually clipped out a portion of it from here, yeah, and I will then take a sanding stick, my sanding sticks here, and start to shape it into the V-fin, and I'll see how it goes. Alright, so I've done a little bit of sanding. You can see the starting taking shape. You just need to be very patient. Take one of your roughest sanding stick at the beginning, just continue to just, you know, sand it into shape. You need quite a coarse sanding stick to do this, so make sure you don't use the one that's too smooth, and you just got to continue to sand it until it gets into the shape. Okay, every time you sand a little bit, just take it out, have a look, monitor it, and because there's going to be a lot of dust coming up, particles, make sure you wear a mask for this one, just to make sure that, you know, all the dust particles doesn't get into your nose and into your lungs, right? Okay, I will continue to shape it off camera and then come back after this. All right, see you later. So a little bit more filing. I've gotten both sides almost kind of into shape. You can see here is compared to another V-fin I have from the Hazel 2. You can see it's taking into shape. Will be able to fit onto the guy here, put on. So I just need to kind of thin it down a little bit. So another thing you need to make sure is, because this is from a runner, right? So this is quite thick. We need to sand it down a little bit more, make it thinner, this part sharper, and then this part thin it, the middle part thin it down a little bit, and then we go on to making the next part, the red little piece up there. Okay, so start off with the 2000 grit. Give it a good rub. Hopefully the color will come back and be back to the normal shiny yellow of the original runner. Then you use the 4000, just give it another rub. And see, each time when you actually polish it, it gets the shine comes back a little bit by a little bit. I'm not so sure it will come back 100%, but definitely a lot better than without polishing the guy. Okay, now sorry, this is 6000 now after the 4000. Make sure you rub it in good, polish it in good, sorry. It is a little bit hard because obviously this is a smaller piece. I'm just trying my best. Yeah. Then now the 8000. These are pretty good polishing sticks. I used it to polish one of the RX anti-grade guy, and he actually did turn out pretty good, pretty well, nice. Makes him a lot shinier on his body. Yeah. And I'm gonna go with the last one, which is the 10,000 grit polishing, just to give it I may eventually try painting or spraying this guy back, just to give it its color. Yeah, so more or less it's like that now. At least the yellow is back. So just to show you here, like this guy, I did use the grit. You can see the body is actually quite shiny or glossy, if you like. You can see I didn't even paint this guy. You can see how glossy it is after using the polishing stick, the Godhand polishing sticks. Okay, alright, so the yellow V-fin is more or less ready. You can see here, turn out okay. I could have shaped it better, but again, this is my first time, so you can see it looks quite okay. Now it can replace the missing V-fin. Okay, so the next thing to make is actually the red little crown, right? So if I take the example of the RX-7, this little crown here, if you like, or jewel here that you need to shape. So based on the YouTube video that I watched, one of the things, you can take a red runner like that. Usually it's A, but in this case it's the E, and just cut up this part, and that's what I'll do. And then you can use that to make the V portion. Oh, sorry, the jewel portion. We'll go ahead and do that now. So I cut out a small piece of it, so this will form the diamond part on the head. Because this is a little bit thin, what you will need to do is actually cut it into 2 pieces. Yeah. Then glue it together, right? And then you will then file it down so that you can get the thickness that you want. All right. So I've cut these 2 pieces out. The next thing to do is use some glue. You can actually use if you have cement, plastic cement. I think it's better, but I don't have them. So I'm just going to use some glue to just glue these 2 pieces together. Then after that, cut them to shape. You just need to do this so that you get the enough thickness, especially if you have an MG kit, even more important. Although this one I have is an RG kit, I thought it's better to have the thickness and then shape it down so that you have enough thickness when you create the diamond part. Okay, I'll just let this to set, and then I'll start shaping and filing it. Alright, so the pieces have set. In order for me to make it into a diamond, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a cutter to cut it kind of into shape first, then slowly shape it up that way, versus filing it all down without shaping it first. I think that would be slightly easier. So taking the example of this guy, you can see it's like a diamond, so you kind of like use the cutter to shape it into that first, and then start filing after that. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that off camera and then come back and show you. Alright, so I've more or less cut it into the diamond shape, now a little bit bigger. So the next thing will be then to file it down to size, so that this guy will be able to be positioned at the top of the head together with the yellow part. So up here. Sorry, hand is covering it because it's a little bit small. Okay, I'll come back once it's ready. Yep, so I file the thing down as much as possible into a diamond shape, and then next will be to install it onto the MK2's head. But I may go ahead and paint it a little bit because when you actually do the sides of the diamond shaped, you actually it's not so smooth, so I think you need to paint it. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead, paint it, and then come back again. Alright, so I painted it. It's kind of dry now, so the next thing is actually to stick this, glue this to this portion here. I'm just going to put some of the glue that I have. Right, and then you gotta make sure you position it right, and then just lock it on and stick it, wait for it to dry, and then we can glue it to the guy, to the RG. Yeah. Just stick it and then let it dry, and then we can continue later. So I've stuck it back there, not really perfect, but better than nothing, and let it dry. Okay, thanks for watching. Alright guys, so I put the guy back together, stuck it back up together, and he actually looks quite nice. I mean, again, this is my first time making this V-fin. I think it turned out quite well. So hopefully this video helps you create this V-fin if you have lost one using the runners. I'll have more practice after this, and hopefully, but I hope I don't lose any more V-fins. Thanks guys for watching. Hope this helps.